Hi beautiful people, happy, healthy, alternative mom here. Black eyes finally getting better. Got a little something going on still, but that's okay. Anyway, so today I think I want to make my video finally on my beloved martial art of jiu-jitsu that I like to participate in and try to get good at. I'm also an artist in general. I went to school for art and photography. I like 3D art. I like carving and building stuff. I like sculpting. You give it to me, I'll do it. Like today, I made another wooden spoon. I started carving wooden spoons recently. I just decided I wanted to make it a hobby and I just went for it. And I've been doing pretty good actually. Working out some logistics and making them very ergonomic. Actually, this is my equipment. After jiu-jitsu today, I made a ladle. Fairly productive day. Yeah. So, actually my ladle didn't come out the way I wanted it. It's a little bit different than what I expected, but it's kind of cool because you have to kind of make things work. What's cool about woodworking is once you take wood away, you can't put it back. So you have to kind of work with what you got, and I'm not as strong as some people in my upper body, so using wood carving tools are a little bit difficult for me, so I use them at the end for like shaping and fine tuning, but I use kind of like power tools in the beginning. Anyway, that's going to be another episode. I'm going to teach you guys about that and show you step by step, or kind of give you the rundown of how I make something. I kind of just dream it up right then and there, lightly sketch it and go to work. But so anyway, so my other hobby, which I talk about a lot, is jiu-jitsu, martial arts. And I recommend it to everyone, boys, girls, moms, dads, kids, not only to learn to just absolutely defend yourself in a situation. You don't realize you need to learn, like let's just say you got attacked on the street. I know I'm going a little bit all over the place. I'm on my second cup of coffee, as you can tell. So not only do you need to learn to pace yourself, know when to breathe, you have to learn how to calm down. Like let's just say you got attacked in the street. Work with what you got. If someone, you can't just, even in training, you're practicing certain moves and certain takedowns and certain things, but not every body or every situation is going to be the same. So you just kind of train everything so that you're kind of try to prepare yourself for anything that could happen. So not only am I preparing myself for a potential danger, protecting myself, I'm also getting in shape. A lot of it is learning mental discipline. Like I said, it's like one step forward, two steps back. I think I also wanted to bring this up because of, Anthony Bourdain's recent passing. He was actually a huge jiu-jitsu practitioner. He actually trained a few times at my school in particular before I practiced. Trying to get some color on my legs today. I don't know if I got burnt though. And I think something he said that stood out was, my dad was telling me that it's like a fight. Like you never know what's going to happen, and you have to prepare for anything. So why do I recommend it to everybody? The biggest thing too is self-esteem, I think, the sun's always in my eyes. Working on your self-esteem. The mental discipline just in your day-to-day life, the camaraderie, the family that I've created, the friendships that I've made are just astronomical. That's like the best part about it. Like I have people who will drop everything to help me with anything, text me in the morning when they know I'm not feeling good. The type of friendships that I wish I had my whole life, it's just like a second family. That dojo is like my second home. We take care of it, we take care of each other, we take care of each other's kids. I've showed up there just to help babysit on days that I'm not doing anything for people who have things to do or want to train. We're actually probably starting this newsletter soon, and they want me to host it. Yes. So all these videos that I'm making are prepping me for that. I will redo my nail polish for that. Yes, like your friends, they'll have like fight nights where like there's kickboxing matches or jiu-jitsu tournaments. So it's basically just one big happy family. Everybody fits in. Whether you're an athlete, super nerd, doesn't matter. Everybody's friends with everybody. Everyone trains with everybody, and no one gets left out. It's a really good environment. It's competitive, but it's friendly competition. You're competing, but you're competing with your family. So there's always love and it's always learning. And the only time it gets hardcore is if you go to an actual competition, you know, pay to compete against other schools and things like that. But even then, like, the mentality is like all love. It's such a beautiful, healthy thing to do. And although it's combat and it seems a little violent, it's not. Because you only go as hard or as fast or as intense as you want in any given situation. You know, you talk to your partner, hey, listen, you know, I want to work on this, or listen, I'm having a kind of a rough day, I don't want to go too hard today. Let's just work on some sweeps or whatever. And it's always love. Everyone's there to help you. It's such like a happy, healthy environment. For kids, the discipline in any martial arts, karate, taekwondo, whatever they're interested in particular, it's like, yes ma'am, yes sir. You know, learning to wait long periods of time. They don't let anything slip. Like, I went to a kids promotion. There was like a kids expo the other day. They were doing like, we're getting trophies and ribbons and stuff like that. And they were giving first, second, third out, and everybody else gets a medal. So the first 3 people get a trophy, and everyone gets a medal. And it was time for them to all line up in a row. So they'll call first, second, third kind of. They'll say, Jasmine, Billy, Tito. Everybody else line up next to them, right? So you know those first 3 are going to get the trophies at the end. And so a little boy was getting frustrated, so he ran up online and kind of pushed somebody out of the way to stand next to the third place person, because at least if he could stand in fourth, he'd feel better about himself. Nope, sensei came right over. You don't cut this person. They catch everything. They teach you stranger danger. It's like you nothing slips. The consistency and the what you're learning is so dynamic and so real to life, you don't even realize it. I've known plenty of people who've gotten, you know, attacked on the streets who were able to defend the situation, or at least calmly get out of it safely. People that I train with. I've built a lot of muscle. I also used to do Muay Thai, which is a form of kickboxing. It's a Thai style form of kickboxing. That really got me into shape. I was getting like abs at that point. My upper body was looking, now it stopped, and I'm like, But yeah, so I know I'm kind of just going all over the place. I do this sometimes, but I get these like itches to want to talk about something with you guys. You know, a lot of people train, and like I said, I was in a very rough spot in my life. Single mom, you can imagine. And then I just decided one day I'm going to join. The girl I talked to on the phone actually is now one of my best friends. Got me involved, started out in the women's class. So the women's class was like self-defense in general, a little bit of jiu-jitsu, a little bit of boxing, just overall like cardio and self-defense. I finally got brave enough to start rolling with the guys. I wouldn't even look at the guys at first. I was like so nervous, so like not ready for it. After 6 months, I felt cool enough to start doing that. I started rolling in the other classes and really getting down to the nitty-gritty. It's what you put into it. The hours, you only get better. I realize at this point, the hours you put on that mat. You know, you just, and I knew as a white belt, like I'd be complaining, like, oh, I'd be making excuses, like I could do that, I just, you know, I'm just forgetting and da-da-da-da-da. And every blue belt and purple belt's like, yeah, just encouraging you. But once you step up, like now I'm a blue belt, I see like there's no need to complain. Like we know as a white belt, we were there, like we get it. I'm still a new blue belt too. I only got my blue belt in February. It's what, June? Been at it for a little bit, slightly over 2 years. And it's a lot of work. These black belts have been doing it for at least 12. You know what I mean? Like it takes a lot of years. And like I've said before, with like things like karate and taekwondo is more of a stand-up. You do katas and you can advance to different belts without having to necessarily go to combat with somebody. Whereas with jiu-jitsu, you need someone right there with you, battling you essentially in order to advance. You need to, at every moment and every time you're practicing, you need a partner. So everybody's different. Is this my kid's bus? Hold on. No, it's the one that comes right before my kid's bus, and it always freaks me out because I think that their bus is coming. Okay, anyway. But it tells me that I have 10 minutes now. Okay. Not that this video is going to be much longer. But I know I babble a lot. I probably have a lot of wasted time. Anyway, we all love, we forgive, we forget, and we embrace our flaws, right? I love you too. Anyway, so I just feel that in jiu-jitsu, from what I noticed, it seems to take a lot longer. Like I can't just sit in my living room. Yeah, I can practice like shrimping, I can practice like hip escapes, but without a body there to work off of the energy and the resistance and the muscle memory, you know, you have to be able to get down to that gym or have a friend who's did I cut myself? A friend or somebody to come over. You know, you have to make the time, and that's the thing with jiu-jitsu. It's like you have to put the effort in and put the time in on those mats. So honestly, I recommend it to everybody. I recommend giving some kind of martial arts a shot. I'm not, when I say, oh, karate is katas, just katas or whatever, I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying it's a different form, and it takes different kinds of discipline and different kinds of technique and skill, and it's something you can practice at home by yourself, if that makes sense. So not to say it's any easier, but you can advance maybe quicker because you're able to practice on your own, is maybe what I'm trying to say. I think that's what I'm gathering just from what I've seen and heard, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not putting down any form of martial arts. I embrace it all. I think it's all amazing. It's all hard work, dedication, you know. But basically, it's just going to change you. It's going to change you mentally. It's going to change you physically. But most of all, it's going to calm you down in a lot of ways. It's going to get rid of a lot of your anxieties. You're going to be put in situations you never thought you'd be put in before. And you're going to have to breathe through it. Like, I can go through like 5-6 minute rounds and still be ready to rock, you know. I know how to pace myself. I know how to breathe. I know how to not, when you start panicking, you start to lose your breath more. You start to, you know, get winded quicker. So, you know, all those kinds of cool things. Whatever. Get your kids involved. If you're a single woman, if you've been through trauma, get yourself involved. If you've lost a limb, there are people there that walk with canes. There are people there that have lost the bottom part of their legs from different life events, and they're there training too, just as hard. So anybody can do it. People that are like 300 pounds, just get down there, give it a shot. They usually have free trial classes. Vamos MMA, that's where I go. That's my heart. Yeah, so you too can have a black eye. Bye. Love you. You're so beautiful today. Love it. Bye.